We are recording right now.
Right.
Okay, we are back. Test the equipment is the 13th, right, of July, August. Shit. And we're back with
I
the.
didn't even catch that.
I know, and it's been a rock.
Oh.
We were supposed to start a half hour ago, and I'm late. I woke up. Yeah, no, I've been training like this whole week, which has been it's been great. Don't get me wrong, but I have to get up at like 4 a.m. or 5 a.m. I know, and I'm not that kind of a person at all to get up like that. Yesterday was a 5 a.m. day. Went down to Chicago to the location on Delaware Street. Cool location. And help them put a bunch of their deliveries and stuff away and whatever. And then from there, I get in my car and I come back up and I work at Evanston for a few hours with my store where I'm going to be. And the traffic sucked. Like it was flooded and it took an hour and a half to get back, which is ridiculous. So anyway, long story short, it was a hell of a day. And then this morning I wake up and um, I get a text from a former employee of mine from my prior job who had been with the company with the company for 9 years, almost 10 years. And she's been on a leave of absence to kind of figure things out with herself, with the job and everything, what's going on. And she went back to meet with the owner, and he's like, "We're not having you come back. We're moving forward and whatever." And so she didn't know how to handle it, so she got up and left. And then she got a message from him this morning saying, "You resigned your position, and thanks for all your time. That's it." She didn't resign. She didn't resign. She didn't tender her resignation verbally or written or anything like that. He basically is firing her, and she's just like, she can't believe it because she's been with the guy like through everything for 9 years, thick and thin. And she's just more like hurt, like mentally hurt, emotionally hurt, because for him to handle it this way is just like brutal. So I've been like texting her and talking to her about it because it's unfortunate. If you want to move forward, I get it, with business and stuff like that. But this is somebody you've been with and who knows like your deepest, darkest secrets, which is kind of scary. She knows everything about the business. She knows.
Something had to have happened, or that doesn't make sense.
There's, lost in translation. There's always things that can happen. She's wanted to move on for a while. I mean, maybe he's doing this just as the final, kick to go do your thing, go get out of here, whatever. And it's almost like cruel to be kind of a thing, So she'll finally do it, but I don't know. I don't know. So that was that. And literally, I'm like, I need to be getting ready. I'm texting her and like, okay, look,
Aw.
Mama. Yeah. Hi. So that was that. And that was just, and then also then some other stuff from like my job now. I have to go back. It's right across the street from where I am right now, actually. So when I'm
Oh, well, that's
done here,
convenient.
we'll have to go over there and just because there's some things I'm off today. So I'll just go over there and fix some things up, whatever. No big deal. So anyway,
I don't know how it is by you, but here in California, especially since COVID, restaurants, it's so hard to find good people at restaurants. Servers, staff, I mean, they just don't seem to care. So you'd think if she was good and she knew everything that you'd
oh,
want to keep her. But
no, she's one of the most, and I'm not kidding. She's one of the most intelligent people I have ever met in my life. She's
hmm.
just like, whenever I would come run into kind of a situation, I would definitely always refer to her or ask for her counsel. Like, hey, how would you, or whatever. And even though, sure, she could be erratic, whatever, she would always like find that center, be like, no, you need to do this. And it was just like, damn, why didn't I see that? She's really good with reasoning and being up on things and knowing like proper things. She's just great. Maybe this is going to make her realize that, yeah, it is time to move on and she can find something and get paid her worth, because she's worth a lot of money. She really is worth a lot of money. She can offer another business a lot, a lot. So she just needs to, it hurts. I get it.
Yeah.
We've all been there, it hurts her mentally and
Feel like a
physically.
little betrayed in a sense.
Yeah, yeah, and I understand that, but it's gonna hurt. Me leaving that place still bugs me, but I'm getting over it little by little. You put so much time and effort into something, and to have it just
Yeah, personal investment.
yeah, to have it just like fuck you. It's like, oh, okay, well, I guess I didn't mean that much to anybody, so I'll move along. Anyway, how are you doing?
Good. Get chemo tomorrow.
Tomorrow, chemo.
Tomorrow's the day. It was supposed to be today, but today is also the first day of school for my baby. So I wanted to be able
Wait,
to take him to school and pick him up from school. And
he's gone already. He's at school? No.
yeah, it's 9:35 here.
Oh
Yeah,
God.
he's been at school for 2 hours.
Whoop.
Fifth grade. So sad.
Oh my God. Okay. So I have gone back and watched and listened to our podcast from last week.
I did too.
I'm probably 6 times. And there are a lot of things that I do, and I already texted you this, but I want to say it here, that I feel like I owe you an apology because I was kind of, not that was asking the wrong questions, but I need to be more receptive to having you talk. And I think I interrupted you quite a bit.
No, you didn't. It's
Yeah.
banter. It's weird because this is kind of like business and personal.
Yeah.
You're doing the podcast, but also we're also catching up too. So it's kind of this. I even said you were asking great questions. You do not owe me anything.
Well, I just felt like, God, that was really, Chris, that was really rude. I mean, that was really
Such a
mean.
dick.
Yeah, really. I know. There's one part where I'm like, because you're like, no, you're not stupid. I'm like, yeah, no, yeah, I'm stupid. I'm stupid. Let me be
Okay, well,
stupid.
maybe that part.
Like, wait, what kind of an asshole says that? But I kind of wanted to start off. So anybody that is listening, to kind of go back on our history a little bit. I think that'd be kind of fun to talk about because we didn't.
We're doing that.
Well, we really just I mean, I was really rude when I said we went out, we hung out a couple times, and it was just whatever. I poo-pooed it, but it was so much more than that. I mean, there was such, and I'm just going to speak freely if you don't mind. I mean, this is how many years ago? This is in the 80s, right? Wasn't it?
80s, no.
90s,
No. It
90s,
was in the
90s, 90s, late 90s, 98,
97.
97, 98.
Yeah.
Yeah. We started working together and we just started like talking and hanging out and smiling and chatting.
It's fun.
And then we decided, hey, let's hang out after work one time. So we hung out. And I think one of the best times, still to this day for me, was that day we just spent in Laguna, and we walked. We were at the beach during the day, and then we got ice cream. We were on this boardwalk at night and just hanging out. And I mean, that was just a fun time. You can watch me play hockey or something, or what my practice is.
Yeah, we'd hang out with Jim sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, so there's some history there, and there's definitely a lot of emotions there because I got really emotionally attached to you, which didn't work out, obviously. And you liked me too. I'm speaking for you. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. It was a
But
little ill-fated from the
it was ill-fated for many reasons, which we don't need to go into that. But it just didn't work out, and that's why I said last night it was kind of like a more of a Shakespearean kind of a play because I think we both had these feelings for each other, but it's just never gonna work out, just because of outside forces and where we were in our lives and things that were going on. It was like, I don't know if it was the two passing ship thing, whatever, but it sure was good when we were together. It was a good time. It was a lot of fun. It was great. And it's good memories. And I mean, I don't know. What do you think? That's what I feel. So you
and
tell
I think
me.
that there's a reason why this many years later, we're almost 3 decades. Oh my gosh.
I know. Jesus.
We're still somewhat to
3
some degree in each other's lives. We always know how to get a hold of the other one. I mean, yeah, we always definitely had a connection, and I think at the very least a friendship, and
Yeah.
we're both silly, I guess. So it was just fun to be silly together.
We were really silly. We were really silly. We did. Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm pretty much immature. We all know this by now.
I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, but since you
And you can relate to this. This is what gets me in trouble even to this day. I don't realize how old I am. I don't. But everybody who sees me outside that sees me goes, "Oh, here's this guy who's 65."
My mom
Jesus.
asked me after the podcast, and how old is he now? And I told her, and she was.
I know. But I've always, been around people, and usually they're younger than me, and we just connect and we have fun, and it's whatever. And there's nothing more than that. But some people do take it the wrong way, and that's where things kind of get all convoluted and fucked up. Outside people have these ideas like, what's this old man hanging out with these young kids for, and stuff like that. And that's not even a thought in my head because I don't think I'm that old. But
And you don't look it either. And I'm not just saying that because I'm biased and I know what you don't. I mean, you don't look your age.
Well,
acting it is a whole other thing. But
I mean, and my mom told me she's like, I keep forgetting how old I am until I look in the mirror. If I don't look in the mirror, I think I'm in my 30s. I think I'm just that young person because in your head, you're still joyful and playful and fun and you finding good things. You're not like this old, oh my God, woe's me. I'm just all broken and everything,
I
So
would
it's
guess like maybe like mid to late 50s.
you. No, I know, no, and I'm kidding.
But it's a compliment. It's
Still,
younger than
I know. But I mean, I have to, and I'm, it's becoming more and more aware now, especially now that I am that age, 65, that I have to realize how I talk to people.
Medicare, excuse me.
Yeah, yeah. So anyway, that's that. Okay.
You feel better now? Are your shoulders a little more
No,
loosey-goosey?
no, because and here, well, I mean, just to a little farther down this road, I've been blackballed, I guess, whatever. All these people that I used to have kind of a relationship with now will not even talk to me at all for whatever reason. Whether they were told not to talk to me anymore, whether they just don't want to deal with it anymore, I don't know, whatever. And it's about 8 people that I mean, I used to work with them, so maybe they're like, well, we don't work with them anymore. Why do we talk to them? But I mean, we used to, have deep conversations. We would do things, and it was just like all of a sudden now it's like, no, ghost. So I'm like, okay, that's the way it wants to be. That's the way it's going to be. I guess I don't get it. I don't know what I did or what I said or whatever, but like it's 8 people that were really close to me, I felt, and they're just gone. So,
Not knowing them, I can't
I know.
speak for certain. I've learned this the hard way too. There are people that you're just disposable. You could think that
Yeah.
they're your best friend and that you trust them so much, but to them, you're just like, out of sight, out of mind. They've moved on to the next person that they can latch on to. I've had friends like that I'm not friends with anymore because same thing. Like they'll move and all of a sudden after 20 years, they don't even know me anymore. Like I don't matter,
Yeah.
So I get it. But
okay, tomorrow's a big day.
we're 5 out of 6, so almost to the finish line.
Now, I know we talked about each time you go and you get some work afterwards so they see how it's going. The last time you had it done, what were the results like? Is it working? Is the chemo working?
It is. It's working. It's doing its thing. My scans showed that it was stable. And so I have to go a day or two before each round to do my labs. So I just did my labs. What's today, Wednesday? I did them on Monday and they came back pretty good, but a couple of my values were a little on the low side. So they actually have to give me an injection, like another injection or infusion tomorrow that's supposed to boost your white blood cell count, does something to your bone marrow. I don't know exactly, but I'll probably be a little achy and.
Well, okay, good. Because again, listening to the podcast, I'm like, oh, I want to ask her about this. Your joints and your bones. Now, does it affect the bone density? Can it like make your bones more brittle or anything? Or
that's a very good question. See? Not stupid.
Oh.
Yes, actually, it can. And so chemo really ages you, whether you're, whatever chemo you're getting, man, woman, whatever, chemo does, it ages your body. And especially with female cancers, being a female anyway, you're more prone to osteoporosis and things like that. And yes, chemo can definitely advance that. So I haven't had a bone density test yet.
Right.
But I also have to make sure that, I don't get cardiovascular disease. I'm a lot more at risk for these things.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, at 44, no history. I mean, I would never cardiovascular disease, although I do have heart issues in my family, but both of my grandfathers. But yeah.
Well, your natural dad's he's a healthy guy, right?
Yeah. Yeah. He is.
I don't remember his name.
The same as
Steve? His name was Steve
hard
too?
to forget. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, it's tough to fuck that one up. Steve's birthday. Oh yeah. Hey, Steve, happy birthday, guy.
Yeah. Makes it a little easier.
How happy they were or anything?
33 years they just had.
Never forget meeting him and her. It was that booth at Jerry's, the one rounded booth that was near the back. I think it was a booth.
Came into Costa Mesa?
Oh, yeah. That's right. Yeah. Yeah, I don't remember her name at all. But she looked me up and down like I was just, who the fuck are you to be going out? So because you mentioned this last week that your dad would go to some chemotherapies. I totally forgot about your dad, and then Steve. Mm-hmm. Well, yeah. But I mean, come on. I mean, the real Steve, he was great. Come on, stop it. He was fantastic. Guy had a great sense of humor. Anyway, I was digging through to try to find pictures to bring because there's the pictures when you guys all visited Jerry's, and he's carrying that bag. Like I tell,
Do
I
you
want.
have some?
I do, yeah, I do. And I was digging through them last night and today. I'm like, where the? I'll get them. I'll get them. There's a couple, you and your mom and Steve, and then your mom and Steve, and Steve has a bag in his hand. You came in to I don't know, you weren't working. I think you guys just came in to eat. I don't know, but there's pictures. I'll get them.
Yeah.
So your dad, what was the reaction like? Let me mark this. It's 2019, just so I can cut all that stuff out, so you won't have to. What was it? What was the reaction like when you had told those guys? Because I know that was probably that was a really difficult thing for you to tell everybody. You told your mom separate and your dad separate, I'm assuming.
I told them on the phone. I would have liked to have told them all in person, but it wasn't something that could wait until we could get together in person. I mean, I needed to
Yeah.
tell them right away. So I know I did some kind of group. I think I called my dad separately, but I think my mom and my brother and sister-in-law and my aunt, I think my whole mom's side of the family, it's very small, but I think I did like a whole group chat kind of thing with them.
Yeah.
Everybody at once, I think. I don't, things like that, sometimes your brain just automatically just
Yeah.
distorts it or deletes it for you. And,
Yeah.
but yeah, I mean, everybody was in shock.
Who was with you when you found out, when they told you? Were you by yourself?
No, my husband was with me.
He was there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He went with me. He took me to the urgent care and then drove me to the ER that morning.
Yeah.
My son was already sleeping over at a friend's house because like in the last podcast last week, we were at a wedding the night before.
Yeah.
And so he was already at a friend's house spending the night. So, I just texted my friend, hey, I have to go to the hospital. Can you keep him for us? So he didn't have to deal with anything that day or see anything but when he first came home, when she finally dropped him off, knowing what we now knew,
Yeah.
really hard to keep it together. Because I had to figure out how to tell him, like, how do you tell a 7-year-old something like this,
Well, and that's another one because what you mentioned last week was you didn't want to use cancer. You didn't want to say
Mhm.
the word. So he go to work and go, yeah, my mom's, like he got the cold or something,
Right.
oh, she got COVID, whatever. So
Because
what did you do? How did you present this?
I'd done a lot of reading, a lot of research online, like, what's the best way to tell a child this age about this topic. And they were just some of the things out there so vastly different in how you approach a child with that kind of news. And then it just made me think, well, if all of these ways are so different, it's like anything else. Every child is so different. And as a parent, you know your child best. So you honestly just kind of have to just go with your gut and whatever feels the most comfortable and the most right.
Do you think, or do you know, he took it the right way? Did he understand? In
Don't think he understood. One, because like I said, I didn't come out and say, Mommy has cancer. This is what cancer is. In the beginning, I just kind of left it very vague,
Yeah.
kind of like less is more type of thing.
No.
And so I don't think he fully understood, but think what the most important. So first, I told him I was going to be having surgery. I didn't even talk about chemo or
Oh,
what was going to happen to me then, because surgery was first, and chemo wasn't going to be for like another, I don't know, 5, 6 weeks after that. So it's kind of like one thing at a time.
sure.
So it's first, mommy's sick. She has these things that they need to cut out. So I'm not sick anymore. So I'm going to be in the hospital for a few days, that kind of thing. So he was nervous about that, but, and no children under 12 were allowed. So he couldn't even come visit me.
Was he 7, 6,
He was
7?
7. He was 7. And then there was one day
Oh, that
after I had
sucks.
been there for about 3 days already, maybe 4 days. And my mom and my brother had brought him down to the hospital. He couldn't come in, but outside. And I had to have a nurse.
What's the rule for that? Why? I don't understand. Why
I
can't?
think just because the nature, I mean, on certain floors, you have certain people that are in more severe conditions and things like that. So they don't want young children in there. And I mean, I get it.
Okay, what's
But I mean,
life? I mean,
if they're supervised by a parent or a family member and they're going into your hospital room,
I don't understand, but I mean that sucks because you want to see your baby, man.
that was really, really hard. And I would
Yeah.
FaceTime him every night, on my phone from the hospital. But when my mom and my brother brought him down, I had the nurse push me in a wheelchair outside. So I wanted to get some fresh air too. And he came and he sat with me. And I remember feeling so, so nauseous. I was so nauseous. And all I wanted to do was just hug him and just sit with him and just be with him for a few minutes. And I called the nurse back like within 5 minutes because I knew I had to throw up and I didn't want him to see that. So it was like 5 minutes, like, okay, mommy has to go now and like be
Oh.
wheeled away. And then as soon as we got out of sight from him, bleh.
But
I
you
mean,
know,
I can laugh about it now, but yeah, obviously there's nothing funny about it.
no, and obviously things have progressed, in the way they have since that time. I mean, life has moved on, but I mean, that moment, being your son and seeing my mother being wheeled out in a chair, I don't know if I'd be able to process that. Like, what's going on here? Why is she in that chair? What's happening? You know what I mean? I mean,
Yeah.
he's probably never seen you sick before like that. I don't think, has he? And like,
I've never been sick like that before.
and he's a smart kid, so he knows things happen in the world, but whatever. To see your mom,
Yeah.
the pillar of everything that's sacred, your mother, also in a wheelchair, like, and fragile and frail. You're like, what the man? And
He's a smart cookie. He's a
yeah,
really, really smart cookie. And I mean, to the extent, I guess, that a 7-year-old can understand. I mean, he knew I was in
right.
a wheelchair because I just had surgery and I can't walk yet and I'm in pain and
Okay.
I have to heal, that kind of thing.
Okay.
So he was very gentle and he was actually even like a little afraid to sit on my lap or to hug me, you know. He was really good about it. And that broke my heart in a sense because I just felt like, okay, now this 7-year-old is a little less innocent.
Yeah.
Kind of
Lost.
robbed him, I felt like, but I mean, he's doing fine. But as a mom, you always worry about that kind of stuff.
I can't imagine. I can't imagine. I mean, because the bond between a mother and their children. I don't know. I don't know if this is stupid, but I don't know if a mom has a stronger bond with the daughter or with the son. I always thought it was fathers have it with their daughters and mothers have it with their son. Just me being talking, but they all love their kids equally, of course. But
Mhm.
he's your only kid, and he's everything for you. I mean, everything.
Every-
Yeah, I'm sure that even though you were sick as you were gonna blow chow, that to have that touch just must have been just so nice. You
That's
know?
why I was hell bent on not letting him see me get sick.
Yeah. Smart.
I
Yeah.
did that for him. I mean, I sacrificed that time with him to go get sick because I would never, I mean, if I could control it, I would never
Yeah.
allow him to see me
Yeah.
like that.
So the chemotherapy starts. He's been to chemo with you
No, he's not allowed.
still. Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, he's 10 now.
God, I mean,
And I wouldn't want him to go to chemo with me. I mean,
right?
part of me thinks like, yes, like you said, it's life and the chemo's easy. It doesn't hurt me or anything like that. I just kind of sit there. But also, too, I just kind of back to what I just finished saying. I feel like that just takes a little bit of a child's innocence away to see real life things. I mean, he knows I go to chemo. He knows when I come home for like a week, it's hard for me to get out of bed and do stuff and move around. But I don't think he needs to be there and see me hooked up and other people in the bays next to me. I just,
Okay.
you know,
Uh, so okay, wait. I got to remember this because I want to ask you about your diet. If you had to change your diet, that's one thing. I should have wrote this down. Smart, terrible host. A thing was physical activities and things like that. But I kind of lied last week because I decided I didn't know anything about cancer. The one thing I learned about cancer was from a show, a TV show, right? And you mentioned it. That's
so
what
probably
reminded.
it's all false then.
Well, I mean, that's what I want to ask you because you said it was near the end of the podcast. You said something about people see the doctors and stuff like that. It was a TV show. It was called Parenthood. It was on
I never saw it, but
NBC.
I've heard of it.
It was on NBC for I don't know, maybe 5 seasons, 6 seasons. Good show. It was nothing like the Steve Martin movie where it was a comedy. That was a Ron Howard. It was comedy. Parenthood.
Diarrhea, cha cha cha.
All right, great movie. Great movie. There's a great movie in that line where Jason Robard is Steve Martin's dad, and he's just an
That's
asshole.
his son.
He's
No. Oh yeah. I was thinking
Jason
of the
Robart, yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Steve Martin is his son, and his dad's just always an asshole to him. And I forget what they're like this Steve Martin's son's baseball game, and he's like, "What is wrong?" And he just Jason Robart, who's a great old actor, he just looks at it and goes, "It never ends. This never ends." He goes, "What?" He goes, "The caring, the hurting. You want things for your kids. It just never ever ends." And he goes, "I can't do that. I've never been able to do that for you guys. I've never been able to care that way." It's a great scene. But the TV show, the two main characters, husband and wife, the wife gets cancer, and they go really. And I think the actress really did get cancer, so she wanted to make sure it was as accurate as possible.
Okay.
And they showed her going into chemo, and sitting there, and like you said, the different beds laid out and everything that happens. It was a whole season they went through this whole cancer thing. Yeah, and I'm like, wow. I remember when you brought that up, I'm like, that's right. I did see that, and it was like really eye opening. They show when she first found out how traumatic it is, and how you're just crushed and just put down below level, and how to deal with that. I mean, and of course, there's a big family, so she had a big support group. Some people don't have that, you know?
People don't.
Yeah,
Exactly.
and they're either on their own or they have one or two people, whatever, you know? Getting to chemo, like you said, someone being there with you, and then after chemo, when you're in bed and you can't move, they did cover all that.
Okay. Oh, maybe
That
I'll have to go back and watch that.
it's one season. It's one of the seasons. It's a good show. It's a good show regardless. The cast is fantastic. If you Google it after this, Parenthood, it's a great cast. You'll recognize everybody that's in it.
On Netflix?
I don't know. It was an NBC show, so it's probably on Peacock.
Oh, okay.
It might be on Netflix. I don't know, but I mean, Laura Graham is one of the
Oh,
daughters.
okay.
The person who's married to Kristen Bell, he's in
Oh,
it.
Dak Shepard.
Dax Shepard's in it. Oh, God, what's the other guy? It's a great daughter,
Mariel Hemingway.
right? And well, she plays Lauren Graham's daughter. It's a huge cast, and it's a great. It really centers around the old mom and dad,
Okay.
the two olders, and then their kids, and then their kids now have kids.
So it's like the patriarch and the matriarch.
Exactly. And they always go to mom and dad's house for dinner, and they're always, it's kind of that thing, but it just shit always happens. It's in Northern California, I believe is where it's supposed to be, whatever. It's a great show. It's a great
If
show.
it's on Netflix, I'll start watching it tomorrow because I don't have anyone going with me tomorrow, and so I'll be sitting there for at least 6 hours. It'll
Yeah,
give me something to
yeah,
do.
Google it, Parenthood. It was
Okay.
on in the early 2000s, I think. 200s, yeah, really. No, just look it up. But anyway, so,
Just,
really? Okay, so let's go to that. You mentioned cardiovascular health. You get diagnosed. Do you change? Do you like start working out more? Do you try to do more exercising? Do you try to get yourself? I don't know. What do you do? What happens? Obviously, after you have chemo, you can't do anything.
that's always a good rule of thumb, right? Even if you're perfectly healthy,
Yeah, but
a good
come on.
diet and exercise and all that. So, for this, yeah, you definitely want to build up as much strength as you possibly can. Well, right after chemo, when you can't move or you're sick or whatever, obviously not, but they tell you without overdoing it and pushing yourself. Whenever you can get up and get out of bed, even if it's just like walking to the other end of the hallway, get up and do it. And then each day, as you feel a little bit better, walk a little bit further. And then hopefully by the end of the week, you can like maybe walk to the mailbox or like to the end of the street, that kind of thing. So, I mean, everyone's just different in how they recover. But yeah, and I was really stubborn too, because everybody the first time, not so much this time, but the first time everyone is, what can I do? How can I help you? Like they wouldn't let me carry anything. They wouldn't let me, here, I got it. And I would get mad, like, let me do it. If I can do it, if I can physically do it, I want to be able to do it. I was very much everything that I could do, I wanted to do for myself while I could, because why let this shitty thing take more away from me than it already has? So if I can carry in the bag of groceries, damn it, I'm carrying in the bag of groceries.
Yeah.
And I would say that to my mom, to my husband, like, I appreciate it. If I need your help, I promise I will ask. But otherwise, you need to let me do it.
And
That's
then,
how I felt,
well, you've always been stubborn, so.
well,
That's just goes without saying. But so, I guess, you get diagnosed. Who the hell? Oh, I want to go work out. I want to go make myself stronger so I can fight this better. Or I don't know. I don't know. See, again,
you're just supposed to really do as much physical activity as you can. And
right.
if you can't one day, if you can't for 3 days in a row, that's fine. Just when you can, you do what you can without pushing yourself. So no, that's what I did. But there is a program called Live Strong based off of Neil Armstrong,
Wow.
Lance Armstrong.
He's a bad guy, though.
He is a bad guy, but it has nothing to do with him. Like it's just the licensed name.
Oh, okay.
It has nothing to do with him, but it's nationwide. It's throughout the country, and at participating YMCA's, it's a Live Strong program. It's a 12-week session.
Yellow bands that people used to wear. Live strong.
Yeah, that was for Lance Armstrong, and so it's just really the
Oh,
name. It has
okay.
nothing to do with him. But YMCAs around the country will offer this program, and it's a 12-week session, and it's free, and it's like a workout class, like an exercise class for people surviving cancer.
It's fantastic.
Yeah, it is. So that way it gets them, it just kind of facilitates a healthier lifestyle, gets them working out, gets them active. There are people there in the class that work there that can kind of help you or spot you and guide you and tell you, which machines, which exercises are better based on what's hurting you. And it was a really, really great opportunity. So I was grateful to have had it.
You did it.
I did it. I did
Yeah.
first time, but I had frozen shoulder the first time. However, I got that, I don't know. So I was really limited because I couldn't lift my arm. I couldn't move one shoulder. So with like weights and things, it was hard to do.
What is that? Frozen shoulder. You literally like you
Adhesive
can't move.
capsulitis. Yeah, like
The hell is that?
your capsules in your joint get inflamed and you
Oh
can't
my
move
God.
it. So I had to go to physical therapy.
Kid. God, one thing after another.
All right. I was
Okay.
gonna
Well,
get like shitstorm, like
just
toothbrush
had,
into my
yeah,
head,
just
or like
labeled right there. Diet. Now I know this is a big thing, especially with my other friend Nikki, who she's going to be on next week, and maybe all three of us can be on because she's also a survivor, and she's really big, and just like you, she's always going on about how our food is not good for us. There are things in the food that just are. She's very big into our diet and things that you can eat that will make you feel better and just help you irregardless if you're sick or not. It's just a healthier choice to eat. Like she does an olive oil shot in the morning. I'm like, what the hell is that? She goes, you have no idea how good this is for you. I'm like, yeah, you're right. I don't. It was,
saturated fats are essential and are good for you, like avocado,
yes,
or olive oil. Yeah.
yeah. But I mean,
Prefer to eat an avocado than to shake
right.
olive.
So did you alter your diet after you found out? Have you changed the way you eat things or things you take in? Are there certain things that this is going to help me? I mean, this is because food, there's the Mediterranean diet is supposed to be like a great diet. It's supposed to be very good for you. The turmeric and all the things there, they're very healthy, very nice, not all the fatty stuff. There's different types of food from different countries in the world that's supposed to be like great. Others are terrible. So I don't know. Did you change the way you eat?
I did. One of the resources that was offered to me through my hospital was to speak to like an oncology nutritionist. And I'm trying to remember some of the things. Avocado was one of the things that was really good to eat.
Yeah.
Um, and there's always this debate about sugar. Does sugar feed cancer?
Oh,
Supposedly it's debunked that it doesn't actually feed the cancer, but just like anything, you want to limit how much of it. It's not healthy for you anyway. But that was the hard part for me, was the sugar. But I couldn't eat anything that was artificial. I don't know if it was just a mental thing or if it really truly just tasted terrible. But I mean, I went through my entire house. I pulled out everything that had
whoa.
ingredients in it that were that were chemical or anything like that.
Really?
And yeah, just really tried to eat more whole, proteins, vegetables. But when you're going through treatment, either you're not hungry, nothing sounds good, or you're craving something very specific.
Yeah.
When you get like it's really hard to eat the way you're supposed to eat when you're in the middle of it. And they tell you to give yourself grace. I mean, if you want to have a freaking cookie or even two, that's not gonna kill you,
Two.
you
Like
know?
just two?
Well, I'm just saying, like,
Oh,
you don't have to
God.
deprive yourself
I know.
of this. Just don't eat the whole bag. But that was my problem.
Well, I mean, I think that's everybody, right? You can't just have one or two cookies. That's impossible.
Or ice cream too, because
Forget it.
the
Forget
last
it.
time during the summertime
Forget it.
also without AC, it was just hot and it just felt so good. Just had
Mm,
this creamy, just coolness just going
mm,
down.
mm-hmm,
So
mm-hmm.
yeah, I'm
Yeah.
guilty of that still. But no, but I do, fried foods are terrible. I wasn't big on fried foods, but I would eat them. Now they don't do anything for me. And what is lunch meat? If you are buying lunch meat from the grocery store, like in a tub, like an Oscar Mayer or whatever it may be,
Yeah.
it's a classified 1 carcinogen, meaning
Really?
it is in the top tier of foods that contain carcinogens. It is one of the worst things.
No way. I,
Lunch
I
meat,
I rarely buy that. I usually get the stuff that's sliced at the store that they have separate,
like
in
a
the
boar's
bag.
head or like a Dietz and Watson.
Right. Yeah, yeah, yeah. They
Better for you, but Yeah, if it's slimy and, tucked in a tub and all, I mean, it's all processed
Yeah,
and
it's
it
all
is
chemicals.
terrible. I used to love sandwiches. I don't eat sandwiches very much anymore unless it, does not contain lunch meat. But what other
Tuna,
kind of sandwich is
tuna
there?
salad, tuna salad, man, tuna salad
Yeah,
on rye. Stop,
yeah,
stop.
exactly.
Uh, Microplastics. That's another thing when you buy stuff in the tubs. There's microplastics everywhere now. But anyway,
Yep.
so you have altered your diet then. You have
A
changed
little
the way
bit,
you eat.
not
Yeah.
as much as I would like to, or some professionals would say I should. And that's just more of my willpower. My willpower really sucks, but I have to a degree. I'm definitely a lot more conscious of what I eat. That is for sure.
How much education did you take upon yourself once you found out you had cancer?
As
Did you like dive like right into it? Did you go or not right away, but I mean like you've had to learn things about this, right?
Most of it was just talking to my care team, just different my
Okay.
nurses, my doctors, social workers, because it's very overwhelming. There's
Yeah.
so much, and cancer is such a complicated illness to understand as we had discussed, I think last week, as a layperson, just as a patient, if you don't have a medical background,
Yeah.
it's so extensive and complicated. So I would start to research just one little area of it. And it was so overwhelming that your mind just shuts down. You just don't have the capacity to absorb it and retain it. Uh, so that was kind of a challenge. And you're also not supposed to Google what's my life expectancy or,
Yeah.
how long do I have to live or what's the prognosis for this stage of this? You're not supposed to do any of that because they will all lead to that you're going to die. Every
Well,
single one. They're all going to
so
say chances of survival are very small. And
I know
so
I'm gonna ask. I mean, did you ever think you weren't gonna make it? Did you ever think you were gonna die?
I never thought that I was going to, but I always thought and still think it's more of the what if. It's not more of the am I going it's not more that yes, I think I'm going to die from this. It's more of a question. Am I going to rather than I think I am going to. Does that make
Right.
sense?
Yeah.
I don't know if that makes sense. So I never thought like, yes, this is going to be the death of me, but
You'd rather get hit by a car right now than let cancer take you.
100 fucking percent. I was just on the phone with my aunt yesterday. She's a pharmacist, and so I was asking her about this drug that they have to give me tomorrow to boost my white blood cell count. And I just started crying to her, and just saying I'm so over this already. I've already been through this once. And where was I going with that? What were we just talking? So this is what it does to me
Rather,
about dying. And I said,
yeah.
I'm so over this and I just know that for the rest of my life now it's going to always be there in the back of my head wondering when is
Yeah.
it come back again and again and again and is it ultimately after it comes back so many times is that going to be it, like the chemo's just not going to work anymore. It never exits your mind. It enters it and it stays there.
But you can't let it hold you hostage like
No, I
that.
mean it's pushed back. I mean
Yeah.
it's in the back, but it's
Yeah.
there. There's no way to get rid of that because
It's easy for me to say that. I don't have it. It's easy for me to spurt out stupid shit. You have it. So yeah,
yeah, and
you're
I thought all kinds of things, and I started having a much more positive outlook. Like, yeah, I beat this, and I would still wonder, is it going to come back? And if it is, when? And then now that it has,
God.
it kind of makes it harder to believe that it's not going to again. And then it just makes you more on guard. Like, okay, when? You're just going to always be waiting for that other shoe to.
Is it known? Is it like a known thing that just so you know this may come back? Do they tell you that it is you're always at risk now?
I mean, I really can't speak much for other cancers in general. I just
Yeah.
know basically my own or gynecological cancers. When you are advanced, and I think this goes for any type of cancer, when you're diagnosed at an advanced stage, yes, the probability of a recurrence of it coming back are higher than if you are staged at a 1 or a 2.
What are those? I mean, I know that the higher the number, the more severe it is, but like one is like, oh,
They found a
nothing.
spot. One is like they found a mass, a tumor, a spot. Two is they found a couple, they found a few. It's not all over, but it's just kind of in one area. It's just kind of like a little cluster, I guess, if you will. And then three is it's spread, but it's only spread within the vicinity of its origin, and 4 is where it has spread outside of the origin.
No.
Like I had ovarian cancer, but if I had it in my chest or my lungs, I would have been a stage 4 because it would have traveled outside of the original area.
And
And
that's
then
not,
there's substages too. So it's like I was stage 3C. So there's A, B, and C. And then after C comes the next stage. So at 3C, the next stage for me would have been 4.
wow.
I
What
knew
is
it
it?
wasn't.
What is it now? When you got re-diagnosed, what was is it?
So I actually asked my oncologist that. I said, how does that work when it's a recurrence?
Yeah.
Because it's a recurrence from ovarian cancer, but I have no ovaries. So how is it being staged? Like where
Yeah.
is and it's in my pelvis, but she said that they don't typically stage recurrences because it's just harder. They just don't do it, I guess. So I still am considered having a recurrence of stage 3C ovarian cancer, even though it was just a few spots that they found. Because it's returned from the original. It's kind of like it's spawned off from it.
Yeah.
So they just consider it a recurrence of the original. These are things, yeah, that I learned. I mean, I
Yeah.
did
Again,
understand.
education. Did you ask about the cyber knife?
I did. I did ask her about it.
And
She just said that she doesn't know too much about it because she doesn't, as a medical oncologist, they're just in charge of chemo. They
oh,
don't they don't really do radiation, but that is a form of radiation. Too much information on it.
okay. So you go
It's something
tomorrow. I
weird. It's
did.
called a knife.
I know. Yeah, it's like a laser. Do you look forward? Like, are you looking forward to going tomorrow? I mean, you know, you're gonna feel like shit afterwards, but it's just another step to get rid of this. So, is it something you kind of like? I, good. I'm going to get another drip. I mean,
I shit you not. Yesterday, when I was talking to my aunt and crying, I was saying this exact thing. I said, the first time around, you always dread it. Nobody ever wants to go to chemo. But I also was excited in a way. Like I did look forward to it the first time around because each time I went, I was getting closer and closer to being done, and my results were coming back good each time, like it was working. So
all good.
the first time, yeah, I was looking forward to each one just to be done. The closer I am, like, yes, let's do this. This time, no. It just fucking sucks.
Ugh.
I don't look forward to it at all. I
But
dread it even more because I'm over it. Like, and I get depressed thinking like this is what my life has come to. This is years of my life. Who knows how many more years of my life I have to deal with this shit. And once I'm done next month with chemo, I still have a year of maintenance at the very least. I'm over it. So yeah, I don't look forward to any of it because it's hard to see the light at the end of the tunnel. It's hard
Yeah.
to see the finish line
Well,
because I don't know where the finish line is. I don't know how far out it is.
that's the question, isn't it? I mean,
Right.
what is it? What's the end game here? Obviously, beating cancer.
Yeah.
But like you've said so many times, you don't really know if you really ever beat it. It's always going to be in the back of your mind that you might come back. Like you thought you were pretty good. It was 2 years, nothing. And then all of a sudden, fuck you, here I am. Hi, I'm back. And it's just, so it's just such a, God, you have to be so mentally just, I don't know how you, thank God for therapy, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know how you mentally deal with something like this. It's got to be just like you're showing it right now. It's so hard.
It is, and that's what people don't see, and I don't let too many people know that. People, you know me, I can still go out there and
Yeah.
smile and without
Hey.
even thinking of it, I'm talking to people, and in that moment I am fine, but when I am talking about it with someone, like even right now, I'm okay talking about it, and I feel like it's important to talk about it for myself, but also for anyone that might be listening who might want to know or
Yeah.
needs to have awareness, but it's depressing. I
Do
mean,
you,
I hate to sound like such a downer, but I mean, I'm not acting like it, but it is. I mean, it's just something that you feel like you're never going to escape from.
do you feel alone?
Mhm.
That sucks. To me, that
Yeah.
would be the worst thing. Like there's no one here. It's just me.
I felt more comfortable with complete strangers that I would just meet from a cancer community
Oh.
than I did with my own friends and family, strictly because they could relate.
Yeah.
It's a really, really weird dynamic to just feel like, okay, you know what? You're my person. And I just met you. I don't know anything about you, but you know what? As long as you can relate to what I'm going through, you're my new best friend.
Yeah. Connect. Sure. Sure.
Talk to you about things I can't talk to my best friend about because she doesn't understand, and um it's a very lonely place to be.
And maybe there's some solace in that, when you're there getting chemo and everybody there is for the same reason, you guys can kind of
Excuse me.
It's okay. God bless you.
That's like why support groups exist
Yeah,
for
yeah,
anything, you
exactly.
know? Yeah.
Is there any outside help you do go to, like any meetings or anything? Is there anything that you attend or anything? Or
So much anymore. First time around, it took me a long time to be open to a support group because, again, from like you were talking about parenthood, things you see on TV or in movies about cancer or support groups for any type of thing, they always talk about their sob stories. Hi, my name is whatever, and I'm an alcoholic. And then it's like all these like sad stories about being an alcoholic. I wasn't ready for a long time because I didn't want it to be, hi, I'm so and so and I have cancer. And then it just be this really sad, depressing story, or how, chemo's not working for me and I only have this much time. I could not hear any of that.
no?
So it took me a long time to be open to going to a support group. And then once I did, I was like, okay, you know what? It's not so bad. We're all in this together. But now, less and less, I think now it's less of a cancer support group that I need and more of just kind of like a one-on-one, because it's not even, I've dealt with the cancer part of it mentally and emotionally, but it's more just now of where I am in it.
Right.
I don't have as much support this time from friends and family because they don't think I need it as much because I look the same. I don't look any different, therefore I must not be sick.
That's a big thing. There's no physical scars, rashes, whatever. You don't look like there's anything wrong with you. So
Right.
there's nothing wrong. So and again, nobody knows what you're going through except for someone that's going through the same thing you're going through. And I mean, that's understandable to a point, having sympathy and empathy for somebody and everything and trying to understand, but really to your satisfaction. So you feel like you're getting something out of it. Cause right now, I mean, I don't know if it's hard to be selfish because it should be all about you. You're the one that's going through all of this. You're the one that's dealing with this, and everybody should be focused on Dara.
First time around, yes. This time around, I still feel like there are certain people that I do expect some more support from that I haven't gotten.
Yeah.
And but then I sometimes wonder to myself, is that selfish that people have their
No.
own lives? Their lives don't revolve around me.
Oh, I don't
So I
think
shouldn't,
so.
it shouldn't bother me that so and so hasn't reached out to see how I'm doing. But then
Yeah.
I'll talk myself out of it and say, you know what? That's the least they could do. Just once even. I'm not saying every day they have to check in. Whoever this person may be that I'm referencing, it's like
Hmm.
you're that busy, but we're that close. The least you could do is just every now and then, even a text. Hey, just checking in to see how you are.
Well, I mean, yeah,
And I don't get that from a lot of people that I
e-
expected to.
even if someone has like a sore throat or a cold or something, and they're sick, you check in and go, "Hey, how you feeling today? How are things going? How you doing? You got your wisdom teeth pulled. How are things going? You check in to see how they are."
Yeah, but maybe the second time they got their other tooth pulled, maybe you
No,
like.
that speaks to the character of the person that's not checking in.
But I
Sorry.
think too, people just don't think that way. Like the way I equated it, even though my metaphor is a happier thing than this is, but
Mhm.
when you have a baby, everybody wants to come and see the baby and bring the baby a gift. But then by the time you have your second or third kid, the people that were so excited to see your first kid, it's like, all
Yeah.
right, so you had another one, even though that's a happy thing. But that's kind of what I equate it to.
Yeah.
It's just kind of, I guess, how it is. I've probably been guilty of it too without realizing when somebody needed me more and just was like, and I don't know.
Yeah, it's very easy, especially today, to get caught up in our own lives and things, and not realize the people around you that have helped you or whatever, I mean, I'm probably the biggest loner in the world. Well, one of them, but it's there's still people in your lives that you need to kind of keep in touch with. And it's real easy you're doing something. You forget it. I mean, you're dealing with cancer. That's not getting up and doing a job and then I'm doing this, I'm doing that. You're just doing busybody work, whatever. You are dealing with a life or death situation. You're dealing with cancer. That's totally something that people should be more focused on that. I think. Then I got to go to the gym. I don't have time to text her. I got something I got to do. Are you kidding me? You
Right.
know,
Everybody has at least 30 seconds in their day once a month to just
it's the text. It takes how long?
but
How are you doing?
something about it on Facebook or something, like when I'll put in my stories, a picture
Yeah.
of me, getting my infusion and whatnot. I get all of these things in my inbox, my private whatever direct message.
Yeah.
Oh, you're such a brave warrior. Blah, blah, blah. It's like, you also have my phone number. Where have you been this whole time,
Well,
to see how I'm doing
I,
on your
I'm
own without having to see it?
I'm guilty of that.
Oh, but I'm
I
talking about people like locally that I talk to on a regular basis
oh
and
yeah,
see on a regular basis and things like that. No, I'm not referring
but
to your friends,
it's true. I mean, I posted when you got it 3 years ago, and I'm like, oh, and I wrote you a couple things, whatever. We kind of, excuse me, and then when you got it again, I'm like, oh shit, I gotta talk to her. I gotta talk to you. I gotta see, what's going on. Plus, it's good to talk about. It's good to get it out
some
somewhere.
people just don't want to talk about it, and I get it.
Oh, it's got to be talked
People don't
about.
like to talk about a lot of things, especially when it involves feelings and whatnot. But I, on the other hand, as you know, I have no problem doing that at all. And it's not even that I like to talk about it for myself.
Yeah,
Like I said, it's about awareness. I am a huge advocate for awareness, especially for ovarian cancer, because it is not something that is widely known or acknowledged.
I still can't believe there's no screening for
No,
that.
I know. It is so maddening. I can't even, it's so maddening.
That because again, when I'm re-listening to the podcast and you brought that up, I'm like, how is that even possible?
Yeah.
That there's no tests
They're
for it?
working on all of these different ways to try and, detect it early. But as of right now, there isn't. And I think I touched upon this last time too. The symptoms are so vague. That's why most women are staged at an advanced stage, because by the time you even realize that anything's wrong or you feel something that's bothersome or painful enough that you go and seek help for it,
Yeah,
you've already had it for so long,
yeah,
or you didn't even realize, oh, yeah, I guess this was a symptom. You don't know until you know, like in hindsight, oh, yeah, I guess I had this or I had that. But as a woman, if you're bloated, okay, well, I'm PMSing, or
yeah.
I just had a baby a few months ago, or I'm in perimenopause. I mean, we feel bloated and all these weird things anyway.
Right,
So I
right.
would,
That was gonna be a question. It's like you have all these feelings anyway. You're not gonna think it's cancer. Oh, I need to go get checked. I need to go
the
get
day I
a
went in to the urgent care and they thought it was my gallbladder because of what I was describing, the
yeah.
pain
See,
was. Exactly. Like cancer never, ever entered my mind. Not at all.
so awareness is a big thing.
Awareness is huge for me.
You're
For
gonna
women, the less women know, then the more women are going to be diagnosed later on. And if I can just help one woman know what to do to detect it sooner, catch it earlier, then
let me ask you a very male question, a very old male. I'm gonna preface it because this is maybe a bad question. I don't know, but I think younger women today. Do you think they even think along those lines about cancer and things? Do you think they really? I've worked with some people, young women, who don't go to a gynecologist, don't get pap smears, they don't do
yeah.
it. I don't need it. I'm fine. And I'm amazed that, and I can't really, I mean, what are you kidding me? Didn't your mother, haven't you talked to your mother or at school? Don't they teach you this stuff or anything like that? And I don't, the younger generation, that sounds old. Younger generation. I mean, really, what do you think about that? Do you think there's like a disconnect with them, or do you think they're all good with it, or it's just a mishmash?
Look, we're all fine until we're not, right?
Yeah, well,
Um,
of course, yeah, good.
I'd never had a major health issue before. So that's why Steve never went to a doctor ever.
Really?
And when he died, it ended up that he was such a severe diabetic and all he would eat was fruit. So he was basically poisoning himself. But he never went to a doctor. He refused, even though
Wait,
we knew something was wrong.
fruit's natural sugar, though. Doesn't your body handles natural sugar? I thought. No, it's just sugar. They can't.
But he didn't it wasn't moderation for him.
Uh,
He would eat a lot of fruit,
yeah.
and that's not good for you when you're a diabetic.
Wait, what car? What kind of car did he have again? He had a car. Didn't he have a special like car, convertible? Well, didn't he?
He had a lot.
Red.
He had a Saline. No, not red.
Was it red? No.
No, he bought my mom a Maserati. He had a Saline Mustang.
Saline. Maybe that was when you were working at Jerry's. Because he pulled up and I think I have a picture of him with his arm. He's in it and he's like all proud of it, showing it off.
It may have been the Mustang.
Oh, maybe it was a Mustang. Anyway, I'm sorry, I cut you off. Sorry.
No, that's okay. But had he gone to a doctor, he would have found out that he was diabetic and he would have taken, they would have given him insulin or whatever. So it's the same thing. We're all fine until we're not. But yes, I think that it is very naive for anybody to just bypass the things that they should do medically. And I was guilty of that too. I didn't go for a physical every year. I mean, just like, why? I feel fine. I'm healthy. There's no reason.
Yeah.
And I think for women, since you were asking a male question to a woman, I think when the thought of cancer does enter our minds for any given reason, if it does, I think women just think breast cancer because that's what's out there. That's the awareness.
Yeah.
That's what people see and people hear about. You don't hear about celebrities on the news too often. It's always breast cancer.
Mm.
So that's why I'm just such a huge advocate for awareness for gynecological cancers.
Yeah. Well,
A breast,
I,
you can feel you could do your own like self breast exam and things like that, and you can feel for lumps. Plus, there's mammograms. You can't feel for lumps with ovarian.
right. Right. I mean, how much of that information that gets out there to the public is how much you think of it is I'm not going to say it's not accurate, but it's tilted. Like there's an industry that's going to push the breast cancer exams, but they're not going to talk about throat cancer or skin cancer or cervical cancer or Hodgkin's, whatever.
Yeah.
They're going to talk about, and that's the forefront, like you just said. Women know breast cancer, but they don't know anything else, really. I'm just saying.
For the most part, yeah.
Do you think that
Exactly.
is there like lobbies that do that, or is it just is you think it's on purpose that they just push that one narrative, or is it just there's so much unknown about the other stuff? I'm just
Part of me feels like it is, part of the narrative to push breast cancer, but then I don't know what benefit that gives to anyone. I think breast cancer was just one of those things that just became more and popular, not
well, the Susan B.
more
Cohen.
common
What
enough
is it? Susan B. Cohen? Yeah,
women.
that whole thing, the race for
Supposedly, it's a terrible organization
yeah, right.
from what I've heard.
It's almost like a
It's
scam kind
for
of a thing.
profit, supposedly.
Yes, and everybody. I mean, I was guilty. I did a couple walks for that when I was at the Yard House. They did it. Because one of the owners' wives. Oh my God. See, no, again, I just remembered. It was one of the owners. I'm not going to say his name. I know his name. And his wife, she got cancer. And I remember. Oh my God, D. This is now coming to my head right now. They were first of the owners. They were great. They were so great guys, all of them. And this one, he and his wife would come in, and I'd always wait on him. And she was so lovely, and we were talking, whatever, and laughing, and I'd always kneel down next to the tables, talking and like that, and everything's great. I like a week or 2 weeks go by, and she comes in, and he tells me that she's been diagnosed with cancer, but she still wanted to come in, and she still wanted to eat, and she still wanted me to wait on them. I'm gonna start crying. She held my hand. This is all coming right now. This is so weird. And she told me she was gonna die because there's nothing they could do for her cancer. And she was literally gone a week later. Wow, it's all just coming right now.
I know. I know.
And I don't even know what kind of cancer she had, but I know from that moment on, the whole company was really involved in these things. Sorry,
So
and
sorry.
and that they got involved with the Susan thing, and then
This part out of the podcast either.
okay, and then I did more. The more the internet was a thing, started to become a thing. Then so you could go online and look, and it's like, oh no, this isn't a good organization. But at that point, I left the Yard House. But oh man, it happens that fast.
That's why awareness for all type is so important because the more you know, the sooner your chances of being diagnosed at an earlier stage, which is more treatable, and your chances for more long-term survival.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
And a lot of times too, it's the doctors. You go in and you say, I'm experiencing this or that, and the doctors will just push you off like, oh, it's nothing, or oh,
Yeah.
we did some tests and nothing came back, and they just keep deferring you. And then 8 months later, however, it gets finally caught, but it gets finally caught and you're advanced. And it's like, I knew something was wrong 8 or 9 months ago. How come nobody when I hear stuff like that, it makes me so mad because you're messing with someone's life. I mean,
Yeah.
if you do tests and you don't see anything, I mean, doctors and medicine isn't a perfect science either.
Right.
But I mean, for me, I went in and that day I got diagnosed. And a lot of people, it takes them months and months for anyone to figure out what the hell is wrong with them.
Well, thank God that they diagnosed you right away and you can start getting treatment and operation. I mean, the alternative is,
And I try not to think about, what you just so vulnerably talked about just a minute ago, but
it was just she's I'm like, there's nothing. She goes, no, there's nothing they can do. She's looking me right in the eye, just all like she's wrapped up because she's cold and she's all wrapped, but she wanted to come in. She had to come in, and just after he gave me a big hug. This is an owner of a multi-million dollar company here, but he was
All
so
that goes out the window, like no matter your stature, your like
exactly. He was so vulnerable in that moment, and he just gave me his hug. He goes, "Thank you so much. You have no idea." And he's saying stuff to me like, and he started sobbing a little bit, whatever. And he went to the bathroom, and then I went back and I go, "No, you're gonna, saying the stupid things like people say, you're a fighter, you're gonna make it, you're gonna do it, not knowing." And I'm at peace with it. She was, I mean, anyway,
I do think about that sometimes. Like if I, God forbid, ever was
it,
given that news, would I be able to be at peace with it? And I don't dwell on it because obviously there's no need for me to. Thank
right.
goodness I'm not anywhere near there and hope I never am. Yeah, it's hard for me to imagine ever being able to accept it. And maybe a lot of it has to do with stage in your life. Like you said, they were a little bit older. Maybe their children are grown, who knows? But when you're raising a young child or young children,
Yeah.
how can you accept not getting to watch them grow up and things like that? So I don't know. Everybody deals with it in their own way, but
Did you watch? This is silly, but did you watch any cancer movies? I think Terms of Endearment, one of the big ones. Deborah
there's
Winger and her,
there's
and
so many.
yeah,
But I do want to say, I do want to tell one like anecdotal story about to answer that question. The very first time around, it was the night before I was going to start my very, very first chemo ever. I was already super nervous, super scared, very emotional, just all these things, right? Not knowing what to expect and not really believing, like, oh shit, this is come tomorrow. This is really happening. So the night before, my husband was going to go see Thor, Love and Thunder.
yeah,
And because Tuesday nights here are like discount days
yeah.
for movies.
AMC.
It was a Tuesday night and he was going to go see it. And I'm not a Marvel DC I don't watch those movies. I could care.
What?
They're
What's wrong
not,
with
I
you?
know they're not entertaining superheroes. I don't care. But I thought, you know what? I need to get my mind off of tomorrow. So let's go. I want to go with you.
Okay.
We go, we sit down for the movie. Within 15 minutes of the movie, I don't know if you've seen that particular one, Portman is getting chemo.
Yeah. Right.
I lost my shit and
Lost
I
your
ran out
shit.
of the theater.
Did you really?
Uh-huh. At any other time, maybe I would have just sat there and like waited to see what happens or just it wouldn't have bothered me. Like if I went to go see it now, it wouldn't bother me. But you have to
Wow.
understand, I mean, this was, I was still newly diagnosed. I had already had my surgery. I was starting chemo the very next day for the first time. And I'm trying to escape from all of this hell that I'm living. A Marvel movie. And I'm so excited because Chris Hemsworth, my God,
Yeah.
right? If anyone's going to take my mind off of it, it's going to be him.
Sure.
So, you know, and then it's right there, right in front of me on a big ass screen. And I'm just like,
Brutal.
fucking kidding me. Like, why? Of all movies. So,
He understood, right? Your husband
oh,
understood.
yeah,
Yeah. Let's get
for
out of
sure.
here. You go, hon. I'm gonna stay and
Right.
watch the movie. You go ahead and go.
It almost ended up that way. But,
God.
he drove. So, these things,
Wow.
yeah. There were two shows I used to watch on Netflix, and like the last seasons of both of them, I couldn't watch because the woman, of course, they're all breast cancer, but the woman gets cancer and she dies, and it's a whole thing. And I just said, great. I've been invested in this show for however many seasons, and now I can't watch the last damn season.
Well, you could.
I mean, I could now, but this was all,
Well,
I was looking for things to take my mind off of things when I was sitting at home after treatment and whatnot. And
yeah.
can writers not be more creative? Like, why does everyone on TV or movies have to die from a car accident or cancer?
Yeah. Well,
Can we get more creative people? Or can we just not have people die at all?
yeah, but that's not dramatic then.
Even kids' movies, family movies, a parent dies.
Yeah.
I don't understand it. I really don't. But because I'm living, I don't think I gave two thoughts about it before, but now it's just why? Why do we need this?
Yeah.
Why do we need food dyes and food? Like there, things are still the same, still just as good without adding all of this crap to it.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Uh,
Okay. We're gonna sign off.
it's been over an hour now.
It's been over an hour, yes. And we're gonna have you back, you and Nikki together. You guys, we're gonna do a real deep dive into the cancer thing. I don't know if you guys went and looked at her Instagram or not, but
What you said the handle was.
I can send it to you again.
Yeah.
Do you have any parting thoughts about tomorrow?
Yeah, I hope this new injection that they're going to give me tomorrow doesn't add too many side effects. When people say, you're so strong, really, if you want to live, what choice do you have? Those are my parting thoughts. I
Yeah.
mean, it sucks and I'm over it. And every day it just pisses me off that I have to do this, but I have to do it. So what are you gonna do?
Yeah.
Those are my wise words.
There it is, ladies and gentlemen, the wise musings of Dare Murdy. Well, good luck tomorrow. I mean,
Thank
you're
you.
not going to feel anything till the next day, probably, right? Or the next couple of days. You won't feel it right away, will you?
Start
Yeah.
kicking in.
So you can go there tomorrow. What time is it? In the morning, you have it done, and then you get out.
I'm there for like 6.5 hours.
Do you want to go and eat afterwards or anything? What do you want to do? Do you go get a nice meal? Do you just want to go take a nap? What do you do? I mean, you're not going to go run a marathon. I mean, what do
No.
you,
No. I've been craving sushi a lot. I've been craving raw fish, like poke or sushi, but I
Ooh.
think it's that forbidden thing, the forbidden fruit, right?
You can't
Have it.
have raw fish?
Just like when you're pregnant, no, because
The
you're at
mercury?
risk for bacteria and that kind of thing. And when I was pregnant, same thing. I wanted sushi so badly.
I know we're finishing up, but I mean, is your digestional tract, does that get affected by the
Big time.
really? So like, is kombucha and stuff like that? Can you have that?
Not supposed to.
No, it's good. That's good bacteria though for your gut health. No.
Regularly, normally, but the fermentation, just certain things you're supposed
Oh
to stay away
yeah,
from. Like you
yeah.
had mentioned something about turmeric. I can't have turmeric.
Really?
Yeah,
So good for you.
I can't
Can you
have it with chemo.
can you
It
red
interacts with the chemo
can you
counter.
have red wine?
I mean, I can have alcohol. You're not, I mean,
Well,
it's
well,
just looked down upon because it's not healthy, but I
a
mean, if
glass of red wine's good for you. One glass.
no, but not when you're on certain types of
Yeah.
medications. If you're not on anything and you're just living your life, just, yeah, go have but when you're on certain medications, like I couldn't have coffee before because the caffeine counter, whatever, with one of the chemo drugs that I was on the last time. So just certain things that you would think like, why can't you just have that? I can't have it.
How do they figure that out? You know what I mean? Trial and error. When someone takes it, they goes, "Yeah, I had a cup of coffee and I threw up." Oh, no, can't have coffee then on it. Or, I mean, how do they figure that out? What you can and can't eat with certain because of side effects. That's incredible.
With alcohol, I'm not much of a drinker. I don't really like
Yeah.
alcohol, but I want the damn raw fish. I want sushi.
Want some California rolls or
Oh no, I
no?
probably could have because it's not even real fish and it's not.
Poke? Could you have poke?
Raw.
That's tuna.
No, it's raw.
Could you have?
I want like tuna or yellowtail or
Yeah. You could have cooked fish, right?
not too much because of mercury, there's that too.
Yeah. Fillet of fish from McDonald's. Couldn't get one of those. Just kidding.
Again, I don't want to eat processed
I know,
fried things.
I know. But I know people that
Yeah.
go to McDonald's like 4 times a week. I'm like, how are you still alive? I haven't been to McDonald's in years, man. It's been at least 2 years, and I go maybe once just to get a fry and something.
My son likes McDonald's, and of all people who we weren't allowed to eat anything, Peggy started that.
She did.
She'll bring Ethan to McDonald's to get hotcakes in the morning. They're not pancakes at McDonald's, they're hotcakes.
Oh, she's trying to be the good mom, the good grandma.
Good Grammy.
Yeah.
Or, a Happy Meal and he gets his cheeseburger. Go to In-N-Out instead and I'll make him pancakes.
Peg.
Yeah.
Who's going to tomorrow?
Special treat when he's with her.
Who's going to tomorrow?
Nobody tomorrow.
Oh, that's right. You said that. Really? God,
Nobody
that sucks.
tomorrow.
What's Peggy doing?
Peggy was going to come out. She's come out for every single one. I told her not to this time.
How far away does she live?
2.5 hours. It's a lot on her because
Did she move?
She moved to Indio.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, she's lived in Indio since Ethan was about 1.5 years.
Oh, wow.
So about 8 or 9 years.
Oh, wow.
8
Okay.
years. Yeah. It's all she can afford to be able to stay out here. She had to go all the way up to literal hell where it's like 115.
Yeah, it's hotter than hell there, but it's nice, right? When it's not hot,
Yeah,
it's
I mean,
nice.
it's nice. She lives like in a gated retirement community and it's nice. But it's 2.5 hours and that's just a lot for her because she's got to pack and then come here and stay here and then go back. She's coming out in 3 weeks. So I didn't want her to come out now and that's just a lot on her. So,
so you're okay with you're driving there, obviously, and you get done.
I can't drive myself home because they sedate me a lot.
Right. How are you getting home?
My husband will pick me up.
He will?
Yeah.
Okay.
He has to pick Ethan up from school tomorrow because I won't be able to. And then they'll come and pick me up.
So hopefully that's coordinated at the same time. He picks Ethan up and then they come and get you.
Well, tomorrow, because I had to change the date, it's normally 8 to 2.
Yeah.
Thereabouts. Tomorrow it's 10 to 4. I start at 10 tomorrow. So it's okay. It was important for me to have today to pick him up from school and hear all about it.
Yeah.
I mean, he would have been fine if not, but I wanted that.
So, okay, let's finish with this. You have tonight. What are you guys doing tonight then? This is first day back. He's school, first day at school. He's gonna come. Tell me about your day. What,
Pretty
I mean,
much. How, I mean, yeah, exactly. It's gonna have to be like pulling teeth. How
right.
was it? What did you do?
Eh,
Did you
yeah,
make any new friends?
I hate everybody. Just kidding.
First day of school, out in the front of the school, they have like a step and repeat banner where you can like take pictures, with your kid or of your kid in front of the banners, and they have music going. And do you want me to come out and walk you? No, that's okay. You can just drop me off.
Doesn't it break your heart?
Fifth grade. It's already starting.
Yeah. Well, he is getting to that age. It's gonna happen.
Are you sure you don't want me to walk with you?
Mom.
It's okay. Just drop me off.
Yeah.
No picture
Jesus.
in front of the banner? No.
Do it for your mother. Okay.
But I
Do
did
it.
the obligatory, the sign the first day of school with how old are you, what grade are you going into, where he's holding it up. So I
Oh,
did that.
good.
Yeah.
Put that on Facebook.
I'm going to actually.
Okay,
I
good.
did. Actually, I just did.
Did you? Okay.
Not just, but like before this, I did.
Check it out.
Yeah.
Thank you very much
Thank you.
again, as usual. And we will do this if hopefully next week, if everybody's okay.
If it could be later next week, that would be better because the first part of the week I probably won't
So,
feel so bad.
okay.
You'll stay in
Well,
touch with me. You'll
I will.
Yeah.
Thanks again, D.
Thank you.
Yeah,
As
appreciate
always.
it. I will talk to you soon. Okay.
You got it.
All right. See ya. Bye.